huh?
It's louder than I had thought.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Greenfield Village Railway. For the safety of our younger riders, we ask that you adults let them place themselves on the outside of the road. And if it's not practical, just make sure that they are held or anything within your reach. We also ask that you do not stand up and move around while the train is moving, keeping your head, hands, and feet inside the cars at all times. Eating, drinking, and smoking are not permitted, but do stay hydrated. If you've got water in a water bottle, please make sure you are enjoying a nice sip of cold water. We're heading over to our Susquehanna station. Sit back, enjoy the train ride.
All aboard!
Thank you so much, you little guys. I appreciate that I'm training because, you know, I can't be here all the time. We need up-and-coming conductors. You did a great job. Let's wave goodbye to Denise and Amy, our station masters, as we pull away. Thanks so much for getting everybody on board safely and getting us out on time. Here at Greenfield Village, we have over 300 years of American history on about an 80-acre site. Henry Ford wanted people to come and see what those that lived long before us made with our hands and used with their hands so that we would be inspired. As you go through the village today, I hope something sparks your imagination. Our village is divided into 7 different districts. The very first one is the Henry Ford Model T. To the left, you'll see a white farmhouse. It's the birthplace of Henry Ford. He was born in Dearborn Township. On the second floor of that home, the oldest of 6 children. When you visit there, you'll learn more about his early life. Then take a short walk over to the Ford Motor Company. Learn how he came up with the vision of a motor car, the 1908 Model T car. It changed our world of transportation forever. And at the Ford Motor Company, you will also be able to see the last car that came off the assembly line in May of 1927. It was the 50th million Model T car. Take a ride on one of our Model T cars today. Main Street's our next district where you could see and visit the home of the Wright brothers and the Wright Brothers Cycle Shop from Dayton, Ohio. We call it the birthplace of aviation. Take a walk and visit Mrs. Cohen's millinery shop. Our staff are making hats, just as she did back in the 1890s, and they are for purchase. We have the Heinz House from Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania, where Henry Heinz made that first bottle of horseradish in his basement. Go inside, you'll learn about the other 57 varieties that he came up with. Take a ride on a carousel built in 1913. It's not every day that you can sit and enjoy a historic artifact with a menagerie of animals to choose. In front of us is our Menlo Park. Way over to the left, it is the machine shop. The second story of this building is the laboratory where Thomas Edison worked on the incandescent light bulb, the phonograph. He improved on the telephone and the telegraph. He received over 420 patents while working at his Menlo Park laboratory. And the single men that did work for him, they would rent a room over at Sarah Jordan's boarding house, the yellow mustard home you see on your left side. It made its own history in December of 1879. It was one of the very first homes in the entire world that was fitted with electricity. Go inside and you're going to see the wires as they lined the walls and the ceilings. When he wintered in Florida, he continued working on his experiments from 1880 until 1931. It is there where he perfected the wax record phonograph. Now we come into our Porches and Parlors district. What a beautiful way to enter is through the Acme Covered Bridge. It was built in 1832 from a small town in the southwest part of Pennsylvania. Here you can visit the home of Noah Webster, the person who came up with the American Dictionary of the English language back in 1828. Robert Frost, the poet. We have the Gidding family home from Exeter, New Hampshire. It's built in the mid-1700s. Visit the Cotswold Cottage from Chuckworth, England, built in 1619. And And then we have the Daggett home that was from Andover, Connecticut. Go see what colonial life was like. As we pull into the station, wait below to Deb, our station master. If you are deboarding, you're going to exit to your left side at the station. We're here for about 4 minutes, then we're heading over to the Smith Street station. Wait for the whistle. It's safe to come on the Street station. Enjoy the train ride. Thank you. Let's wave goodbye to Deb, our station master. Thank you for getting everybody on board safely and getting us out on time.
Bye, everybody.
Over to your left, you're going to see a white farmhouse. It was the Susquehanna Plantation, built in 1835 from St. Mary's County, Maryland. Back in the day, it was 700 acres big. Tobacco was the cash crop, and they raised corn and wheat as well. The Carroll family owned this plantation. They owned 65 people that they enslaved to do all the work. Please do go inside and learn more about the hardships that the people endured working for the Carroll family. The Plimpton family home, that little orange house, was from Sudbury, Massachusetts, built in the early 1700s. Mr. and Mrs. Plimpton raised 7 children in that one-room dwelling. You have to go inside and see how they managed. Our Ferris windmill is built from 1650 from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's the oldest standing windmill left in the United States. And here's our Daggett home from Andover, Connecticut. Built before the American Revolutionary War, 1754. Do go inside. They're preparing for their midday meal. See how the colonists lived back in the day.
The way the farm was set up in the back, where it was like all wood divided within the wood. That's still the way people farm. Like in the Northeast, you see a lot of backyard farms. Before they use raised beds, but they definitely.
The locomotive that is pulling our train right now is called the Edison. Originally built in 1870 by the Manchester Machine Works Company, Henry Ford purchased it from the Edison Cement Company back in 1932. It was in such disrepair, he took it over to the factory, had it completely rebuilt. When it was finished in 1932, Henry Ford called it Edison, giving it number 1 after his dear mentor and friend Thomas Edison, who passed away a year earlier. Steam locomotives work on just coal and water. Coal is fed into a firebox where the temperatures get exceedingly hot, enough to heat the water in the boiler, converting it to steam. It's the steam that is then moving through cylinder valves, leading to cylinders that move into the pistons. It's the pistons that make the wheels move. That's essentially how a steam locomotive works. We have another steam locomotive that's pulling our passenger train today, and that's the Torch Lake, built in 1873 by the Mason Machine Works Company. It happens to be the oldest running steam locomotive on a regular schedule in the United States. And it happens to be a tank engine, which means that the coal and the water are stored right on the locomotive itself. We are now coming into our wildlife preserve. It would be wonderful if we could see some of the white-tailed deer and maybe raccoons, red foxes, but with the brush so thick, we'll have to really keep an eye open. Enjoy some of the sounds that we hear from the steam locomotive as we move through here.
I like the woods on my mom and dad's place.
The cars at all times. Thank you. Your safety is very important to us. Here at Greenfield Village this Father's Day weekend, June 15th and 16th, is Motor Muster weekend. People with cars from 1932 through 1960.
We're on the way now to the front gate there, so that's tricky. The original people come to us from the a large brick building heading to the left is the legal ed Milwaukee Roundhouse. Originally built in 1884 in Marshall, Michigan, about an hour and a half west. We salvaged anything out of the old building and it's structurally sound and perfectly listening. We did all of our safety repair and maintenance on our 3 full-size females and others in that building. The largest part of our working farms district will be off to the right-hand side as we make the left turn. Built in 1828 in Columbia County, Ohio. It is the birthplace and childhood home of Harvey Firestone, the originator of the fire and other company. A very good friend of Henry.
Here's my world!
7.5 acres worth year-round, open for you to visit.
This is us! Hey, Mom!
See, there's the Independence Hall bell tower. That's the Independence Hall bell tower. Look like the Independence Hall.
Well, we're approaching the main gate on the front of the bank, and you can see us again out there. Yep, that's what it looks like.